everybody. How are y'all doing? It's me, of course. I would figure I'd just check in real quick. I'm on my way home. I'm driving, and it's kind of a little bit storming, but I went to the lake, and trying to take a time out sometimes. You got to be healthy and treat yourself good, and I've learned that in life to be good to myself and give myself time to heal. It's been really hard here lately talking about everything, and it's been nice though. You guys have been I can't express the gratitude and the thankfulness I get from y'all's emails. Y'all talking about like the way I was raised, or the way you feel about how child abuse should be at the forefront of what we're dealing with in America right now. Because see, to me, if you don't deal with the forefront, which is your future, to me, that's what I think. And by the way, y'all know how my words are. But to me, when I look for the future, I look for our kids, our grandkids. What are we striving to give them? What are we doing for them? In the last couple of days, have been talking to a few people, and they have been describing to me, like, just out of nowhere, just places I've been shopping and stuff. And they described to me how they've been sexually abused, and it's such a disease in this country. It's not a disease, it's a crime. But I'm saying is in for us kids in the future, like when your kid's getting molested, you're defining and changing the outcome of this kid's life. And when the whole world, and I'm telling you, it's rampant in America. I was somebody told me to watch a Netflix show, a documentary kind of thing that's called, Kidnapping or Kidnapped in Plain Sight. I'm only halfway through it, and I couldn't hardly watch the rest of, I have to take a break, because the feelings of rage, anger, sadness, complete sadness. This mother in here in this documentary is saying that she slept with the pedophile, and the look on her face as she's talking about it, she's smiling how this pedophile who abducted her daughter twice, and this is something that's really on my mind. And when I saw, and again, I've only saw half of it right now, but this documentary on Netflix, Kidnapping in Plain Sight, it's almost eerily close to my parents. When you look at their faces and their reaction, that's what's going on in America. Like, I wish I could just go to Mr. Trump right now and say, can we please focus on this more than that? Because this is our future. And when your kids are getting molested every day, all day, it's just, everybody is. Like, I don't even know if I know a lot of people that have, I know I don't know a lot of people that have not been molested. Most people that I've ever come in contact with, I've been in contact with lawyers, judges, DAs, doctors, jewelry makers, rock designers, for jewelry, just every kind of person, homeless people. Man, they're freaking, like, I'm telling you what, homeless people are way cooler. That nobody gives them enough freaking credit at all, I swear. Some of the most smart people are out there homeless right now. It makes me ill after watching that show, and I know this might be tough to hear for some of y'all, but I have to say it, okay? And if you're coming from my standpoint, when my children were growing up, I have two, and like I said, my daughter's off to college, and my son is fixing to be graduating in a year and a half, going to college too. So somewhere in there, I did something right, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Sorry, my hair's a mess. When you're at the lake, it kind of just like, at least you get me for who I am. I'm not a fake. But anyways, my children, it was a big deal to me to make sure that my kids never felt what I felt growing up. And when you see parents, and these parents are all seemingly not, I'm going to say 90%. It may be more than that, y'all. I think if we took and like if the FBI went around and peeled the door off and could see straight into every home, I would say every other house is absolutely a molestation house. The higher the risk to me, from what I'm seeing, again, this is my personal experience, my personal view, sorry, let me move this, is there people that get molested are church people. Their parents took them to church all the time. It's the deacon. He's sleeping with your daughter, and he's boning your mother, and his dad's doing things like having sex with him too. I mean, this is what this documentary is about. And what blew my mind and bothered me and made me sad was because the woman's face of happiness and comfort that she felt from this pedophile, and then the dad crying over finding out that his wife was sleeping with the pedophile, but he was sleeping with the pedophile too. So, you know what I mean? Like, hello. And your LDS. They're LDS members. LDS. And I'm going to tell you something. It makes me sick to know how many kids I know that are now adults that have been molested and raped in churches, preachers. You want to talk about the Catholic Church? Let's talk about Christians. Let's talk about all of them. Bible Anabaptist Church. Baptist, oh my God, you people, wake up. Look around, even here in our town where we're at. Like, they have this huge, oh my God. It's so bad. It's an epidemic. And they go to churches because they know a lot of people in church are weak-minded. And I don't want you to take that again the wrong way. But we all go sometimes to church in our times and we're broken. And we feel alone and sad. So we turn to God. We should be turning to God every day, not the days that we're alone and sad. So in that mix of people that are like us that are going in there to try to find help, peace, and more comfort, there's this freak over here next to you who's the deacon, and he's actually just separating you and your family so he can molest your daughter or your son. And then the parents just sit there, and it's like, it's okay. These churches pat them on the back and say, it's okay that you just ruined that person's life. You changed that girl's life. You changed that boy's life, and you want, and y'all gotta watch this freaking show. If you want to see some sick, this documentary is exactly as sick as my stuff that I went through. The child was just in a repetitive sexual abuse situation with a church member and a neighbor, and then kind of find out so far, and I've only watched half, again, I'm gonna repeat that, mom and dad are sleeping with the dude too, and they're LDS. Like, it's like the Amish. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many Amish kids are getting raped right now? And you want to worry about the wall? Worry about these children. There's oh my God. You know how many girls I've talked to that have been molested from Pentecostals? I don't care if you like what I have to say about this, but let me explain why. Because I've been there. My first place I was ever molested was in the middle of a freaking church service. In the middle of services. This guy is molesting me. I'm sorry, I'm driving. And they don't, you know why your parents don't care when you're getting molested? Because they're up there in front of everybody and they're trying to gain their 5 minutes of glory and fame or whatever they've got going on at that moment. And whatever they need. They're so weak-minded too that they'll just grasp for anything, for any kind of attention, and they don't even stop to realize you're selling your children. My mother used to run around talk about my father when he was a cop, like, oh, he was the best cop. Really? He was selling his daughter. What do you call it when you take a check and hundreds of thousands of dollars from somebody, and the only thing you've got is a confession where he slept and molested your daughter? What is wrong with America? Like, y'all tell me, like, I just don't understand this, okay? Y'all tell me if I'm the sick person, okay? Tell me where I'm the sick one. They don't even care about us, y'all. Please, they don't, to me, when it comes down to sex crimes with children, I'm a victim. I'm a huge victim in this stuff. And I won't be victimized anymore over and over and over. I won't stand for it anymore. But you police officers, y'all need to please step up and freaking get on this child abuse with sex crimes with these children. You need to be looking at churches. Y'all want to talk about racial issues of like African American people feeling like they're being targeted? Why don't you go target a whole bunch of churches? Because inside those churches is nothing but people being molested. Worry about them. When you see these little kids sitting out here with signs and their parents drag them out in the streets of, telling people they're going to go to hell and you're going to burn forever. Guess what? The guy next to her, he's been fingering your daughter since she was 5 years old. How does everybody live like that? How do people go to sleep right now? How do people go to sleep knowing there's so many children being sexually abused? I was so angry yesterday after watching part of that Netflix. So I told myself, I came out of my room. I was just like upset. I was telling my family, I don't want no kids in churches anymore. I don't want them there. There's so many of them suffering, and these kids in the Amish places, they're just, there's nobody standing up for them, and we're worried about things like the wall, and we're worried about whether Hillary had an email. I don't care if she had an email. I care that our future is destroying as we speak because we're littered with child molesters. And that is not fair. We are citizens here in America. We live here. Why is it so hard for us to have justice, let alone have a happy childhood where you can talk about it? And you can be happy to talk about it. But instead, one of my first few memories of my life is that moment. That was my foundation. And do you know, I remember like the places he did to me. He was so bold sometimes, and they even thought one time they took him off this guy Charles Wright that molested me. I remember one time I'm locked in the closet, so I can't get the whole gist, but my mom is yelling and talking about it. You can hear it through the house, but because I'm in where they have me locked in, it's really small. Like my closet literally now is way bigger than where they had me. And inside there was no bathroom. There was a coffee can from Maxwell House, and I had later on they had put a bed in, and there was just springs on it. It was not a mattress on it. Because I couldn't sleep on it. Because if it squeaked at night, my mom said that I was doing it on purpose, and then my dad would come over there and beat on me some more. So I have a really hard time sleeping. I crawl up next to walls now. Because it's like, I would get next to the wall, and I would hold on to the edge of the bed trying to sleep. Like if you're trying to sleep and you got your arms wrapped around something. Because I was scared it would squeak. Because it was like those really old squeaky beds that you can't even flip it and it's going to squeak. But she just wanted to find something so they could beat on me. So I would go to sleep on the floor. She would come down there and make me get off the floor and make me get in the bed. Just so I'd freaking squeak. Day after day. And I want to say to Somerset, Pennsylvania, you freaking Johnstown, are y'all kidding me? This is some shit I had to deal with. I haven't even gotten to the bad shit. I mean, what kind of mom sends her daughter into a situation when my mom was doing it on her own. She's just as bad as my dad. She was not. My dad was not saying, hey, go over there and do this to her. I would hear her. She's over there going, she's on the bed. She's making it squeak on purpose. You couldn't even get on the bed without it squeaking. You know how desperate you are when you're in a closet and you can't get out. And there's this little bed in there and it's squeaking. And if you can't sleep on the floor, you gotta get to the bed. But you know that bed's gonna lead you down to some really bad pain. She laughed. She loved it. My mom got off on it. And when you go through those kind of things in your life, and now you're an adult, like all my brothers, they all sleep on the floor. A lot of them just sleep on the floor now because they didn't even have beds growing up and stuff. It's forever changed our lives.
And somewhere there, you want to tell me in the state of Pennsylvania and Virginia, in these states, that I'm not worth it. I wasn't even worth it. Why was I born then? You had these people do these horrific crimes for 15 years. And they're walking free today. And they're drawing Social Security, and they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars under the table, and they're getting money from Child Protective Services. Do you know what it feels like to open up a paper and it says, oh, we gave Ron McCray, the Bishop Ron McCray, $30,000 because Children's Youth Services were wrong when they didn't come with the warrant one day to get us. Because somebody had called, Tammy Pileski's her name. If you ever see her, y'all give her a hug for me and tell her I'm so thankful. And she saved my life. Tammy Pileski out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania saved my life. And I so badly want to wrap my arms around her. I talked to her son not too long ago. I just kept telling me, please tell your mom thank you. She saved my life. Because there was no way out, y'all. Like, it was a torture bit. And to know that I'm a 40-year-old American citizen, and I am a good person, and you won't even have the decency to say, we're sorry, we, so screwed you over. Like, when you get away from that stuff, and then you go to the authorities, and you know they're going to defend you. Like, talk about Law and Order, watch Law and Order, that's a joke. They didn't even call me and ask me if I was alive. My brothers told me that when I left, they took, the mattress out of my bedroom and they burned it. Because it had blood all over it from me. So please tell me, America. Please tell me, what did I do to deserve that? If you can tell me what I did to deserve that, and then please tell me what I did to deserve no justice whatsoever. I will stop speaking about all this. So somebody would just tell me, what God's name did I do to deserve any of this? I'm 40 years old and I'm advocating for myself. I'm begging for justice. I've been beating down their doors for 20 freaking years. There's a trail from here to New York City of proof of everything I've done to get these people prosecuted. And they won't do anything. They don't even call you. You tell them this stuff and you think they call you. No, they want to hurry up, get you off the phone. They just want to shut you up. Somerset, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Please tell me, how do you sleep at night? District attorneys for Pennsylvania, please tell me. Tell Cherie McCray, how do you sleep at night? Because you can tell it's 4:49 and I'm not sleeping. Because me telling my story now on public media. Plus, I'm so freaking thankful for you people that have taken the time to send me these messages. And I know I'm falling apart tonight. But sometimes when I just talk about it, I just need you to know exactly how it was. What it's like to have a coffee can and it gets full and you need to empty it and you can't because your mom is laughing and mocking at you and she won't even get up to come over there and help you get your can and get it dumped out because see, I'm locked in there. I can't empty my can until they come get me. God! There's a God, right? I'm sorry. Do you know how many people just stood, so many of these people in Pennsylvania know this. They even witnessed it. I have to believe that there's a God. I have to believe that there's a God. I'm so sorry. I did not know I was going to fall apart tonight. I'm so sorry. I'm not, like, completely prepared right now. My car's full. Y'all know how my car is. I have everything in the world in my car. But what's true, she doesn't have tissue. That's, like, the one thing she doesn't have. So, hold on. I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm so, like, apologize. I used to vision that I was going to get on a witness stand one day, and I was going to have 12 jurors in front of my face, and I was going to tell them the stories that I've lived through. So I really appreciate you guys listening. Nobody, the system that was supposed to represent me, none of them want to listen to me. I cannot stop thinking to myself, what was your point? You didn't make me evil. You didn't kill me. You shut up. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop begging for justice. Yes, I'm begging for justice. I would love to speak to the Congress. I'm not very educated on that, but the whole people that run Pennsylvania and Virginia, I just want to see their faces and say to them, will you please tell me why? Why wasn't I good enough? Why didn't you step in and make me feel like I even deserve to live? Like, you know, I worked so hard not to be a crackhead. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I was like, I'm not going to be a crackhead. I know I was raised like shit, but I'm not going to be a crackhead. And honestly, about 2 years ago, I reconnected with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And God, like, just stepped into my life and showed himself to me in such a real way that I will tell you one thing about it. But at that moment, it was like a ball went off of my head. And I thought, well, now or never. Because I lost 15 years, y'all. I can't talk about my childhood to, like, friends. You know, you meet people. Hey, how are you? You know, where are you from? Go to somewhere, somebody's like, you know, you remember when you're 15 and you got, you know, no. Well, you remember what happened when you're 14? I do. My dad and mom took me to a sex trafficking girls' home and dumped me. Which actually was a blessing because honestly, they were so nice to me. They didn't hurt me. But they didn't call the police when they found out what happened to me either. Kept to my house. And they let them come back and get me. And they knew what they were doing to me. It's that kind of shit that makes you go, is there God? And see, for me, I know there is a God. But sometimes I can see it, I can feel it, I can understand why our youth are feeling so, like, blank you. I don't blame them. Look at what we're doing. Each one of you turn around looking at yourselves, at whoever's sitting next to you, and say, how many people do you know have been molested and raped? And then when you get through, add up. Just everybody, add up how many people you know. Nothing in the world makes that right. There's no punishment besides, to me, as far as I'm concerned. My belief is, if you're 100% solid, like, this person's a child molester, I don't even think they should exist. Bye. You know, I'm ready to go. I tell you what, this shit would stop if we had more freaking corporal punishment. People wouldn't want to be screwing with your children if they knew they were going to get really harsh punishment in the system. The system right now is so messed up, you can't even get into the courtroom. You can forget it. It doesn't matter if you've been raped, sodomized, starved, beat, held hostage. You don't exist when you're a kid walking around in the state of Pennsylvania knowing you're being molested. Because they won't do a thing as of today yet. So I'm sorry. I know I unloaded like a shitload of crap, and I have a 25-minute video, and I'm so sorry, and I look like a hot freaking mess. But I guess in the end of all of this, I want people to know that you can survive anything. I have a niece. She's so pretty. She looks like me when I was a kid. And sometimes I don't get to see her much, but I want to see her more because sometimes I want to see her have a good life to try to replace my bad one, you know? Because she so much looks like me, you know, when I was younger. I'd fucking kill somebody. They freaking put their hands on her. I don't care. I want my family, my nieces and my nephews, to walk around the state of Pennsylvania and know that they matter. That they actually can call the police and they'll give a crap to come down there and actually do something. This stuff be pathetic DAs and caseworkers and CPS workers. For the love of God, do your job. You're responsible for healing America. Do you realize that? Cops, social workers, doctors, nurses. And I know it's a tough job. I'm not saying that. But you took the job on. If you're going to take the job on, don't chicken out and not be able to handle it. You should never let anybody intimidate you when you work in any kind of environment like a DA or a judge or lawyers or cops or doctors and nurses. You should be able to be bold and strong and sure. You don't take patients at the hospital, let them go, and they're going to die because they're not going to get the medicine. And you don't call the police, you don't call CPS, you don't do anything. Yeah, Lee Hospital in Johnstown. That's what they did. You're supposed to be better than that. So please, get off your butts in America and stand up for children's rights. And say we're not taking this anymore. And anybody using religion and God to cover it up, shame on you. You should get 3 times judgment for this. And yes, it's really freaking weird to sit there and smile when you're talking about a predator. It's also weird to take tons of money from predators and walk around and talk about Jesus and save the world with them too. Birds of a feather flock together. One day, these millennials that have all been molested and abused, and I know justice. Look at rape cases backed up forever. Are you kidding me? And y'all worried about pot. Give me a break. Worry about rapists. Shame on American system of judicial. Get your priorities straight. Y'all are hurting American people, but not helping them. We were victims of severe crimes. You should have stopped dead in your tracks. You should have said, this isn't right. I've got to investigate this. Everything stops. These kids are in serious, serious trouble. They are in terrible, terrible condition. Health-wise, are you kidding me? That's why I'm sick now. Thanks. Yeah. Kidney issues, all that. Thanks, Lee Hospital. Thank you for screwing my kidney up. And not even calling the police, like, hey, you know, we got this little girl came in here, she's got a kidney problem, serious, she has to be in here every day for IVs, and you know what, those parents ain't brought her back, and they're those freaks up there on that mountain up there, screaming about how they're the only ones going to heaven. Maybe y'all ought to go check her out. No, don't. We're Lee Hospital. We don't do that. We carry on, and we just leave her. And if we see her one day at a restaurant, we'll try to examine her in the middle of the restaurant. God's gonna knock on your door one day. You just better hope to God you're ready for that one. Be sure your sin will find you out. So, to my fans and my followers, thank you. Again, I'm gonna say that a billion times. I'm sorry, okay? Get over it. I'm proud of you people for all the things you all have said to me, and all the officers. I have so many police officers messaging me and telling me that they have, like, realizing that sometimes they need to be looking at, you know, certain situations different and paying more attention to it. I'm not worried about some guy driving down the road with the joint in his car. I'm sorry, I just don't give a shit, okay? I'm more worried about the person in front of you that's got a little girl in the back seat and they're molesting her and you're sitting over there going, hey, let me see your car if you got weed in it. Who cares? Everybody is a part of this. Please. Well, you know, we can't help the friggin' the child molesters just need to be like whacked and sent off to some freaking island or just whacked. I can't even get like on it because, yeah, anyways, you know. So, until we make a bigger stand and we take a stronger stand, it will only continue. So the police need to step up. They need to act in more. DAs need to stop with this budget crap and start preparing to show people that you do not molest children and screw kids' lives up in this state. We won't allow it. And shame on you, Child Youth Services, for giving Ron McCray $30,000 out of Somerset, Pennsylvania, when you never even spoke to the girl that was named in the case. Like, you could have saved my life in so many ways. I'll never understand why y'all did what you did. Shame on you. So anyways, I'm getting off of here. Sorry about my long, drawn-out freaking drive home story from the lake. But I went out there and I got really relaxed, by the way. I love the freaking lake. It's like the bomb. I don't know how much y'all go on the water, but the lake is like, to me, the closest thing underwater I can get to heaven, you know? Something about the peace of frogs and birds and water and kids laughing. It's closest thing you're gonna get, you know? So, I love each and every one of y'all for standing up for me, and I really appreciate it. Continue to please call the Somerset and Johnstown DA. Please call the representatives there and make a point of posting their numbers again for y'all. Please remind them that we need justice, so please try to make this a priority. I so cannot explain to you, our future depends on this. All right, thank you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'm sorry I fell apart and cried, but at least you know who I am real. I'm not a fake, you know what. So, here we go. All right, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good night all around the world. And, it's exciting to know some people are talking to me like in a whole nother universe and say, how freaking cool is that? You know, like, that's pretty damn cool. So, I know I sound like all clogged up from crying, so let me get my head together and I'll make some more videos. So, anyways, good night, everybody, and make sure to give everybody a hug that you have in your life and tell them how much you love them and how very important they are. And keep the freaks away from your children. Alright, good night. Love y'all. Bye-bye.